Okay. Welcome again, my dear pupils, to the last lesson, lesson 6 of sequence for me and my school. As usual, before we start today's lesson, let's make a quick review about the previous lesson. We have seen before 5 sounds: j, j, g, y, and n. J like job or July. J like television, pleasure. G like go or good. Y like you or yes. N like song or verb to sing. Okay. Before we start today's lesson, let's play this game, memorization game. Try to memorize words. I write some keywords on the board. Try to memorize them. Each time I clean a word, try to memorize it until I clean all the words. Yes? So, memorization game. Try to remember these words. I will give you 2 minutes. Try to memorize these words. You have ideal, school, trees, flowers, garden, English, tennis court, library, math, laptop, rules, and rights. So, you have 2 minutes. Have a look at these words. Okay, now I'm going to erase 2 words. Okay. Can you remember? Ideal, very good. Second word? School, wonderful. Another 2 words. Okay. Ideal. Very good. School. Trees. Flowers. Wonderful. Okay. So, let's repeat together. Ideal, school, trees, very good, flowers, wonderful, garden, English, can you remember? Tennis court, very good, and library, wonderful. I'm going to erase another 2 words. Okay, let's repeat together. So, ideal, school, trees, flowers, garden, English, tennis court, library. Following words. Okay. Okay, from the beginning. Ideal, school, okay, trees, flowers, garden, right, English, good, tennis court, library, math, very good, and laptop, very good. Okay. Now from the beginning, try to give me all the words. Ideal, school, trees, flowers, garden, English, very good, tennis court, library, math, laptop, rules, and finally, rights. Wonderful, thank you so much. Okay, now, before you start reading the text, I will show you some pictures. Try to guess what do these pictures represent. Okay, sorry. The first picture. Can you guess? What is this? Very good. This is a tree. What is this? This is a flower. So, can you guess the place? Very good. This is a garden. This is a garden. So we have trees and flowers. Second picture. Okay. Can you guess this place? What can you see in this picture? So we have, okay, two pupils are playing what? Tennis. Very good. So this is a tennis court. So they are playing in the tennis court. Following picture. Okay. Can you remember the name of this place? Very good. This is a library. These pupils are reading books or doing their homework. Following picture. Wonderful. Pupils are eating or having lunch. Can you remember the place? Wonderful. This is the school canteen. Yeah. Following picture. Excellent. It is about school subject like English, math, French, arts, PE, etc. The following picture. What can you see in this picture? What is this? Computer. This is a laptop. Okay. So this girl is using her laptop. This is, we call it laptop. Huh? What does this picture represent? Wonderful. rights and duties. Can you remind me about your rights and duties at school? Try to give me 2 rights and 2 duties. Rights, for example, you have the rights for very good and free education, and you have the right to express your opinion. Very good. What about your duties? Yeah, you have to stand for the national anthem. You have to respect school rules. Okay. Can you give me example? For example, I have to arrive at school on time. I raise my hand to speak. I don't eat or bring cell phone to the classroom, etc. So this picture is about school rules. Wonderful. Now, during reading. Now you have a text. Look at the text, okay, and try to answer these questions. You have 2 questions. What is the title of this text? What is the title of this text? Number 2, how many paragraphs are there in the text? How many paragraphs are there in the text? Okay. Now, try to read the text quickly. You have 1 minute and answer these questions. What is the title of this text? Number 2, how many paragraphs are there in the text? What is the title of this text and how many paragraphs are there? 2, 3, 4, how many paragraphs? So you have just 1 minute. Try to read it quickly. Okay, let's correct. So, what is the title of this text? Yeah? Very good. The title of this text is My Ideal School. My Ideal School. Now, how many paragraphs are there in the text? How many paragraphs are there in the text? 3, 2, excellent. So we have 4 paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 paragraphs in the text. Okay? So the title is My Ideal School. There are 4 paragraphs in the text. Now, I invite you to read the text carefully and do the following tasks. Let's start with the first task. I match the idea and the corresponding paragraph. So here you have 4 IDs and 4 paragraphs. Try to read the text. I will give you 5 minutes. Try to read the text and match. You are going to match each idea with the corresponding paragraph. Okay. My dear pupils, try to write down task 1. I match each idea with the corresponding paragraph. Then I invite you to read the text carefully. We give you 5 minutes in order to do this task. So please write down the task. Okay, now, so you have the text, my ideal school. Try to read it carefully. I will give you 5 minutes in order to do task 1. Okay, go ahead. Okay, time is up. Let's correct together. So task 1, I match each idea, you have 4 IDs here, with the corresponding paragraphs. You have 4 paragraphs. Okay. Let's start with the first idea, my duties. In which paragraph? In the 3rd paragraph. Okay. In my ideal school, pupils and teachers respect and follow the rules. Okay. My rights, in which paragraph? In the last paragraph. You have the right to play, laugh, sing, etc. My school, it is mentioned in the 1st paragraph. And finally, my class schedule or my class timetable in the 2nd paragraph. Please try to correct. Now, let's move on to task 2. Task 2, I read and write true or false, then I correct the wrong sentence. I read and write true or false, then I correct the wrong sentence. Here you have 4 sentences. Number 1, my ideal school is small and horrible. Second sentence, pupils study English and math daily. Third sentence, pupils does not respect school rules. The last sentence, pupils have many rights and duties. Okay. Now, my dear pupils, let's move on to task 2. I read and write true or false, then I correct the wrong sentences. Here you have 4 sentences. Number 1, my ideal school is small and horrible. Number 2, pupils study English and math daily. Okay. Third sentence, pupils don't respect school rules. The last sentence, pupils have many rights and duties. Okay? Please, my dear pupils, try to write down this task. Then I invite you to read the text again. I will give you another 5 minutes in order to do task 2, true or false. Then you correct the wrong sentences. Go ahead. Please write down this task. Now, my dear pupils, try to read the text again and write true, false, and then you correct the wrong sentences. Have a look at the text, try to read it carefully. Okay, time is up. Let's correct. I read and write true or false, then I correct the wrong sentences. Let's start with the first sentence. My ideal school is small. Small. What is the synonym of small? Okay. Okay. Time is up. Let's correct task 2. I read and write true or false, then I correct the wrong sentence. First sentence, my ideal school is small and horrible. Okay? False, very good. It is big and beautiful. Second sentence, pupils study English and math daily. Is it true or false? Excellent. True. Third sentence, pupils don't respect school rules. Pupils don't respect school rules. What do you think? Very good. It is false. So, they have to respect and follow school rules. They must respect and follow school rules. The last sentence, pupils have many rights and duties. Of course, true. So, number 1, false. It here refers to school. Very good. It's big and beautiful. Number 2, true. The third sentence, false. They have to respect and follow school rules. And finally, true. Please write down the correction. You have 1 minute. Thank you. Now let's move on to task 3. I read and answer these questions. Here you have 2 questions, 2 direct questions. So you answer with yes or no. Number 1, do pupils like reading books? Do pupils like reading books? Number 2, do only pupils have to respect school rules? Do only pupils have to respect school rules? Please write down this task. Then try to read the text again in order to answer these 2 questions. Go ahead. Now, try to read the text again and answer these questions. Okay, task 3. You have 2 questions. Do pupils like reading books? The second question. Do only pupils have to respect school rules? Okay, let's correct together. Number 1. Do pupils like reading books? Yes, they do. It means yes, they like reading books. Second question. Do only pupils have to respect school rules? Okay, that's correct. No, they don't. So pupils and teachers, both of them, pupils and teachers have to respect school rules. Please write down the correction. Now let's move on to the last task, task 4. Lexis. Okay. Number 1. I find in the text the words that are close in meaning. It means the synonym to the following. What is the synonym of nice and obey? Number 2. I find in the text words that are opposite in meaning to dirty, for example. What is the opposite of dirty and opposite of on time? So try to find all these words in the text. Please write down the task 4. Nice and obey. What is the opposite of dirty and on time? Okay, so what is the synonym of nice and obey? What is the opposite of dirty and on time? Okay, time is up. So let's correct. So let's start with the synonym. What is the synonym of nice and obey? Can you guess? Synonym of nice is beautiful. My school is beautiful, or my school is nice. Okay? Synonym of obey means, for example, you have to obey school rules, or you have to follow follow school rules. The opposite of dirty is clean. The opposite of dirty is clean. And finally, the opposite of on time, I have to go to school on time. Opposite, late. You mustn't arrive late at school. You mustn't arrive late. Please, my dear pupils, try to write down the synonyms and opposites. Okay? Well, now try to imagine the school of your dreams. Tell your brother or sister about it. Now try to imagine, try to draw the school of your dreams. So, write a paragraph about your ideal, your perfect school. I will give you some hints to help you write in this paragraph. You can use these hints. How many subjects are there? For example, you like to study French, Arabic, English, and maybe just math. What is your favorite subject? Do you like English, sport, PE, music, computer? What is your favorite subject? Number 3, what is your favorite place? Is it garden, music room, art room, or idro for example, or playground? Try to draw this school in your mind. When do you prefer studying? When do you prefer to study? In the morning? In the afternoon? And finally, try to talk about some rights and duties at school. So, my dear pupils, use these hints in order to write your perfect or your ideal school. And tell your brother or sister about it. Well, my dear pupil, this is all about sequence for me and my school. We have seen rights and duties at school, some school rules. Also, we have seen some places at school, for example, classroom, canteen, playground, etc. Also, we have seen some subject or the different subject that you study, like English, French, math, geography, history, etc. And finally, we finish this sequence by your ideal school. What is or can you describe your ideal school? Thank you so much for your attention. So see you next sequence 5. Thank you so much and goodbye.
شكرا على المشاهدة. لا تنسوا الاشتراك في القناة، الضغط على الجرس، الإعجاب بالفيديو.